Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Trade the Chain News with your favorite man, NFT hair Ryan Gorman. And we're going to get that hair NFT'd, I swear to God. I've already minted my first two. I bought my first three. I'm excited. But, today is actually a fun episode because it's all about Doge. And I never thought I'd be having an episode with you, Ryan, only on Doge. I like saying that, Doge.
You think I thought this would happen? It's not like I'm the biggest fan in the world of Doge, but like a number of bizarre developments over the past, say, week have occurred that at least it makes sense to look at why they're happening and what it all means, if anything,
100%. Before we get into it, just want to let everybody know everything we talk about, discuss, show you, any of that stuff is not to be construed as financial advice from Trade the Chain, Ryan, or myself. We are completely here as entertainers and educators. So with that out of the way, Ryan, let's just dig right into it because there's a couple of pieces here in formation that are just, I don't know if there's, I can't call them serious or laughable. Maybe, maybe I'm just uncomfortable right now. How about
you? Much wow, I guess, for the Doge community, such as it is. I guess let's start with this morning's price action because it really felt like it came out of nowhere. It just popped up about 10%. And then it predictably sold off as Dogecoin always does. And we're now down to just over 3% on the 24-hour chart. But you'll notice sentiment is higher. So let's get into why sentiment has maintained a rather bullish score and see if we might have some staying power in this rally despite the cynical sell-off.
Well, would that have anything to do with this?
It might. So apparently the Dogecoin Foundation exists again. It hasn't been active for years. I think 2017 it last existed. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think it's 2017. And Elon Musk's right-hand guy, Jared Birchall, who's I think ex-JP Morgan, and Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin are heading this up now? I'm beyond confused. There's also a few other people, including Gary LaChance, Jan Zwikers, Timothy Stebbing, developer who are prominent in the Dogecoin community, if there's such a thing. And then there's developers Mickey Lumen and Ross Nickel. Right? And someone that worked with Jackson Palmer, Dogecoin's creator, is also on the board, but his name is escaping me right now. I wish it, Max Keller. That's who it is. Yes. So I just am so confused by this. Alex, what do you make of all of this?
Well, I mean, first of all, let's start at the beginning. Why do they want to form the advisory board for Dogecoin to begin with, right? It was doing enough on its own, left alone, right? It became, it accelerated as a meme coin with no one at the helm. And now all of a sudden they kind of want to centralize the advisory board of it. I feel like it's taking the fun out of it.
I agree, right? And Jared Birchall actually is ex-Morgan Stanley. Sorry about that. So what they're actually trying to do, they're trying to take everyone's favorite joke pump coin and turn it into a payment rail. This doesn't seem too far outside the realm of possibility. It does take the joy and fun out of it, but if you look at what Elon Musk was saying earlier this year about how Dogecoin is the people's currency, I don't know how serious or sober he was when he tweeted that, but, whatever. It's sounds about right, looks about right. But if you think about it, the Dogecoin blockchain does have significant throughput if you believe what the white paper says. It's never really truly been tested, but it exists. And it seems like it has enough liquidity where it could potentially be used as a payment token, right? It's the 7th largest token right now, and it's dropped significantly from its highs. At one point, wasn't it the 3rd or 4th largest crypto, Alex?
It was like, I believe it hit 4th. So which is remarkable considering where it came from a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Absolutely stunning, right? You have serious projects that have significant backing, and they don't go anywhere. And then you have Dogecoin, which has Elon Musk tweeting about it at 3 a.m., and it skyrockets every time or sells off. So what do you think the odds are here that if they put some serious resources and some serious backing and development behind it, Alex, that this could actually become a legitimate payment rail?
Well, I mean, as you and I have had to discuss in the past, first of all, Dogecoin is its own blockchain, okay, which is remarkable in its own right. But two, it is very potentially possible. But, you know, where are the legs on it, right? Is it going to be just like another BCH or something else that was meant to be a form of payment? It's, you know, XRP. It's obviously not a stable coin. Who's going to want to use it to buy coffee? I don't know. Maybe they'll use it to pay for their tickets to this.
I mean, that's entirely possible. Dionne Warwick, I don't know where they wheeled her out from under, but she's now headlining a Dogecoin festival that's going to take place. Dogepalooza, everyone. It's going to take place in multiple locations around the world. But in keeping with the spirit of Dogecoin's humble beginnings, its first location is going to be a minor league baseball stadium half an hour outside of Houston in Sugarland that is inhabited by an independent league baseball team. But apparently they have huge plans for Dogepalooza, and so does Dionne Warwick, if you believe her tweets from earlier this year. One of them, it was a haunting white wallpaper of her face tiled all over the Dogecoin logo on top of Bitcoin for some reason. And I'm just so confused by the past 72 hours. What's going on, man?
This is what's going on.
I don't get it. Like, what is the deal here? What? So, all right, the manifesto, the Dogecoin manifesto. It says two things that are of note that Decrypt highlighted in their article. We are Dogecoin, the accidental crypto movement that makes people smile, and their goal is to develop a currency for the people. So that goes back to Elon Musk's possibly prophetic tweet of the people's currency. And I looked at the Dogepalooza website, I don't know, a few days ago, and I didn't see any evidence that they accepted crypto for payment for the Dogepalooza festival, but now they're accepting Dogecoin. So I guess that's a good thing. We have one use for it as a payment rail, a Dogecoin festival.
You can get it at Mark Cuban. You can buy merch at I believe the Mavericks Stadium, right?
American Airlines Arena. I think the Oakland Athletics accept Doge. At least they did. So you have three use cases, but no one goes to watch the Oakland Athletics. That's why they need to move. And the Mavericks aren't exactly the most popular team in the league. And now you have a festival with Dionne Warwick. The target audiences don't match, right? Alex, if you think about it, Dionne Warwick is a much older, less tech-savvy audience, on average, not man-to-man or woman-to-woman, but on average, than one would think the Dogecoin audience is, which is younger, fun, having, I guess, because they're part of the Dogecoin community and they buy coins with Shiba Inus on them. I don't know. It just, you know who they need to get? They need to get Fetty behind this movement. Fetty is known for his crypto advocacy. He's already behind a project, and I think Fetty will sell out the stadium. What's happening?
You make a good point there, though. I mean, Dionne Warwick is going to now. Let's go back to this real quick. Dionne Warwick is going to go on. Look at this. We're just getting started. Damon Elliott, Rising Star, Chloe Flower. I'm confused. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I just don't know. The thing is that, you know, it is kind of taking the fun out of it. If they're going to try to make it a payment rail, Ryan, I mean, it's not going to be worth making fun of it anymore. We might as well just hop over to the Shiba Inu train. I'm
all about Shiba Inu, right? That's a fun crypto.
Even this guy supports Shiba Inu. Didn't he show love for it or something? Oh, no, that was Baby Doge. I can't keep track anymore.
I think he just likes saying Doge, right? Shiba Inu is a bit of a tongue twister if you've got like a few hits inside you of whatever he was smoking there, but Doge? Anyone can say Doge. My newborn son, he's a year old. He can say Doge.
Oh, that's impressive.
It's one syllable, that's why, right? Like he can say any one syllable word.
If he said it before Dad, then I'd be worried.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, there are worse four-letter words for him to be saying at this age.
I want to kind of, well, this is fun. I mean, we're going to keep on this. I am 100% not going to this festival. I will tell you that.
You haven't booked your flight?
I have not.
Wait, have you seen the seating chart for this thing where the VIP tickets are? It's hilarious. They're all the way off to the side in the middle of they're in the worst possible location. Who would want these VIP tickets?
That's amazing.
They're the worst spot. You're all the way up to the side of the stage, terrible acoustics for watching Auntie sing her hits. And,
Dude,
it's just.
You got to get that onesie for your kid.
I absolutely have to get that. Oh my God, that's incredible. Oh, it's happening.
This is so funny.
This is going to turn into the Fire Fest of crypto. Watch it happen.
Well, who's behind this festival exactly? Is there anybody known? Is there a management company or something? Or let me go to the about section here. So we have the about section for the festival. Let's see what it's about.
Do only good every day. I didn't realize that's what Doge stood for. I've learned something new.
Did they make that up, or is that what it?
I have no idea, but apparently Dogecoin has the potential to be the future currency of Earth, Mars, and beyond. I think they have more chance of it becoming the currency of the beyond than they do of Earth. That's just insanity.
Oh gosh, this is
this makes my day. I love it.
All right, so I want to actually go to a serious subject for a second. On the heels of, I was on Rob's show the other day, and we were talking about Puerto Rico, and he explained about Geo and our great realtor and all this stuff. But it's widely known you live down in Puerto Rico as well, and so I'd like to get your take on it. How's it going for you? How is everyday life? What are some pitfalls for people, and what are some high moments?
Sure. Let's start with the bad, I guess, right? You always go bad news, good news, right? Living on an island has its set of challenges, whether it's Manhattan, Puerto Rico, or Miami Beach, right? You have limited access to resources. You usually only have a few ways in or out, and you can, even in Manhattan, be isolated. But in Puerto Rico especially, if you don't speak Spanish, it is a bit of a challenge once you leave 3 neighborhoods in San Juan. And even in those 3 neighborhoods, it can be a challenge. Thankfully, my wife speaks Spanish, so that's helped a lot, and I'm learning quickly. But there are certain difficulties, like getting a dentist appointment, getting doctor's appointments. Trying to get my driver's license down here, I was told that I couldn't take the driver's test in English. This happened yesterday, by the way, until next year. So we're looking at January at the earliest, which just doesn't seem reasonable.
I know what to get you for Christmas now: a bicycle.
I mean, I might have better luck with that. But, and certain things, just certain things that I would be used to back home, like buying certain foods, whatever, but you choose to live outside of home, you don't have access to those. So I'm mostly okay with that. I'm fine with that. And I think, there are a lot, the electricity situation is a nightmare as well. Thank God for generators, thank God for cisterns. But aside from that, it's mostly good. I always wanted to live on a Caribbean island. I was telling people in my early and mid-20s, whoever would listen, I'm going to live on a Caribbean island by the age of 40. I didn't think it would actually happen. But
you just made it in.
I just made it in, barely. I think I made it in just barely ahead of losing some of this hair up here as well. It's thinning dreadfully. But, living down here is, I wouldn't say it's living the dream, but it certainly beats living in Philly or New York, right? 88 and sunny with a stiff breeze every day like clockwork. Some of the best beaches in the world right down the street. I live in a beautiful neighborhood in Old San Juan, a 500-year-old city with so much history and great restaurants and beautiful architecture. It feels a lot like being in the old city, in the old and the Gothic quarter of Barcelona, which is where my wife grew up. So she absolutely loves it. And, I live 5 minutes from Alex. It used to take 20 minutes to get to Brooklyn to see Alex. It now only takes 10 minutes to get to Condado to see Alex. So, I have that added benefit as well. And, it's
while you're there, we might as well throw in the Uber situation.
So Ubers are a bit of a challenge. But They're clean, they're safe, they're reliable. All the local cabs are clean, safe, and reliable as well. They don't hose you. Ubers are vastly cheaper than they are back home, even if they're fewer and far between. And, you know, I feel like, at least at this stage of my life with a 1-year-old son, that this is the right decision for us being down here. I don't know if we're going to be down here for 10 more years, but I think being down here right now we're much happier here than we were in Philly or New York.
Well said. Well put. And I think we'll be kind of touching on this as the weeks go on for everybody who's been DMing us. I know they've been hitting up Rob, they've been hitting up myself and Ryan. And so if you're contemplating moving to Puerto Rico for, let's say, next year, we'll do some videos as well and just try to keep everybody informed of our own real life experiences.
What we should do, Alex, what we should do with some of these things, because we had talked about this in the past, you know, doing some of these like on the scene or on the street videos where just showing what it's like, you know, places like just interactions, places where people go, and just showing them what it's actually like being on the island versus from our ivory towers on the coast. Right?
Oh, that's such a good idea. We have to do that.
Absolutely.
We're going to get together. We're going to throw a camera, phone. Maybe we should get a real camera, maybe.
I'm getting a real camera, yeah. But we'll figure all of this out. I'm not
figure it out.
Yeah, we have plenty of time.
Very cool, Ryan. Thank you very much. I'm glad that we're not going to Dogepalooza. If you do change your mind, you decide to go and make that trip, let me know. I mean, that could be interesting too, I guess.
I've always wanted to go to suburban Houston in the middle of a hot summer. I mean, you know me, stand outside in that sun. Can't wait.
And in case anybody didn't know, one last thing on the Doge thing, because I didn't actually know because I wasn't paying attention to it when it happened. But in 2019, Elon Musk was actually voted CEO of Doge. Did you know that, Ryan? I'm not crapping you on that one. That's a
CEO of Doge or Doge Foundation?
No, CG. Well, I mean, Dogecoin, Doge, one of them. I think Dogecoin. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't want to dig into it.
That's the guy that you want running your cryptocurrency? All right, you can have him.
Can't wait for the comments on this video. Guys, it's hump day. Thank you for joining us. Ryan and I are going to see you tomorrow. We're definitely going to plan for the On the Streets video series of Puerto Rico, what it's like down here. We'll only edit out the stuff where him and I get beat up by thugs. But other than that, hang on to your handlebars, happy trading, and we will see you guys tomorrow.